Thank you. We're the Cantina Band. If you have any requests, shout them out. Play that same song. All right, same song. Here we go.
Figrin D'an and the Modal Nodes is the iconic band that plays at Chalmun's Spaceport Cantina in A New Hope. The earworm of the song that they play in Galactic Basic is called Mad About Me. The band is composed entirely of Bith musicians. Bith comes from a planet generally referred to as Bith, but is sometimes also called Clak'dor Seven. The Bith species has exceptional and unique hearing. Their hearing goes far beyond that of a human. They can isolate individual sound. Because of this unique sense, many Bith are called to music. Figrin had large ambitions as a musician, which served him well. Unfortunately, he had some other traits that held him and those around him back. The band's size and members fluctuate over the years. Generally, there were 7 members. I'll do my best not to trip over this entire section. Figrin D'an played the clue horn or gasson string drum, depending on what was needed. Doik Knots had the Dorian Beshicle, sometimes called the Fizz. Ichabel Gaunt had the double Jossamer. Lirin Karn was on the second clue horn. Nalan Cheel is credited as bandfill, which is an instrument and not a role. Sunil Aidi was on the drums. Tech Moore is on the omnibox, and Tedin Dahai on the fanfare. Sorry for how jilted and choppy that was. I did that multiple times, and that was by far the best take for each of those names. The band was part of the Intergalactic Federation of Musicians, the IFM. They remained in good standing within the organization. They did find some moderate success due to the upbeat tempo of their music. However, they never fully caught on in the core planets, reportedly because of the lack of vocals. There are a few versions of the story regarding Figrin D'an and the Modal Nodes. The legends and canon versions blend at times. As I said, Figrin was always ambitious. He made a deal with the notorious gangster Jabba the Hutt to play for him. The bandmates would split their time gigging for Jabba and in Mos Eisley. These small backwater gigs didn't keep the band happy for too long. They soon regretted signing a deal with Jabba. This was severely compounded by the fact that Jabba took pleasure in feeding those who disappointed him to his monstrous pet Rancor. Looking to buy their way out of the contract, Figrin agreed to more deals without consulting the band. When they came across a good chunk of money, Figrin, being a gambling addict, took the money to the sabacc tables and lost it all. The bandmates were furious, but the debt was on their heads as well as Figrin's. They were all stuck on Tatooine, a harsh and nearly lawless planet. The band started playing regular gigs at the Cantina to earn some extra money. They still held on to their hopes of being discovered and getting their musical careers back on track. At least Figrin did. I kind of get the impression his bandmates were less thrilled with continuing on, but were doing it out of lack of choices more than anything. On a day that started like any other, the band's performance was interrupted by an old man defending a young farm boy. The man was Obi-Wan Kenobi. He pulled out a lightsaber and hacked the arm off of a wanted man who made threats against the boy. It's never mentioned if Figrin D'an and the Modal Nodes knew the true significance of what happened. I feel like they had enough of their own problems. In such a vast and complicated galaxy, the band had to worry about their day-to-day. They had to worry about getting off Tatooine, staying one step ahead of Jabba, and I'd recommend to any of them getting away from Figrin D'an as soon as they could. Most of the band's current canon story is found in From a Certain Point of View, an amazing series of novels that take a look at the events of the Star Wars universe. This novel, along with other expanded universe stories, are able to branch off in all sorts of directions. In-universe music and entertainment has been talked about a lot more in recent times. It's adding a great layer to the galaxy. Check out this transmission next for more from a galaxy far, far away.